Yeah, I am Dr. Basaraj, Professor Electronics and Communication Engineering, Saint Peter Engineering College, Hyderabad. So, I am going to explain about the network standard. So, we know about the meaning of standard. See, for any industry, for example, in the market, if you want to buy a product, so what do we see? We see the mark. See, is it ISI mark is there? So, why you look at that ISI mark? If ISI mark is there on the product, it means that is a standard. Similarly, here, so I am going to explain in network standards. See, in network domain, the product that we are going to use will be of standard one, means those products may manufacture by different company, but should have follow certain rules and procedures. So, each industry should follow those procedures while designing and while making a product. So, then only there is not any problem of interoperability from one product to other product. It may be a hardware component or it may be a software component. So, whenever they are going to do design and make a product, they should follow the procedures and regulations of a standard. So, there are few standard organizations and those they will make a standard for each product and for each software. So, let us we see in detail about those procedures and organizations. Yeah, let us discuss about the, yeah, now I am going to explain about the network standards. Network standards are developed for hardware interfaces, communication protocols and network architectures. See, network standard is one is going to establish specific rules and regulations and also promote for interoperability among different hardware and software products manufactured by different vendors. So, we have some standard organizations. So, let us see, these are the following organizations, they will going to make the standard for the product. We have national, regional, international and industry level standard organizations. Yeah, let us see the function of each organization. The national standard organization, the responsible for the standard organization is to make a standard within a nation and also they are going to participate the international activities. Not only just make a standard, those standard products, their standard procedures, they are going to exhibit in the other international competitions and in the other international activities, and they also participate in other international events. So, national standard organization, few you have mentioned here: American National Standard Institute. See, you have seen the ANSI C programming. The meaning of ANSI C programming is nothing but this American National Standard Institute has made a standardization for that program. See, this organization has gone through the C programming concepts, everything, and they made it, yeah, it is a standard one, everyone can follow this language. Then there is another one national standard organization is British Standards Institute. This is another one national standard organizations. Yeah, let us see regional standard institute. These regional standard institute, their activities are restricted to the specific geographical region, and also their standards will be influenced for other regions also. Now, we have few regional standard institute here. I mentioned Committee of European Post and Telegraph. This is one of the regional standard institute, and the other one is European Computer Manufacturers Association. This is another regional standard institute. Then international standard organizations. These standard organizations promote standards for the worldwide use. You know, ISO standard, International Standards Organization. ISO is nothing but International Standards Organization. So, you might have heard of ISO certifications. To get a ISO certification, we need to follow the procedure and rules of the ISO organizations. Then we have another one, the international standard organization is International Telecommunications Union. This standard organization is used to make a standard product in telecommunications. And we have industry, trade and professional standard organizations. Here I mentioned few. These most of the time we are going to use these products from these organizations. Electronic Industries Associations, and also we have another Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. This is well known, everyone knows that IEEE is one of the standard organizations. They are going to make a standard for products and softwares, and they will promote throughout the world. Then another one standard industry standard organization is Internet Engineering Task Force. So, this is also come for the internet related standard, for making a standard. Then network standardization process, how they will make a standard. Yeah, we say the product is standard. How they will make it is a standard? There are set of procedures. See, let us see what is that process to make any product to make a standard. See, first is the planning phase. First one is the planning phase. In this phase, proposals submitted by vendors or different industry are examined. Suppose a company, they say that I want to make this product as standard. They will send their proposal to the standard organization first. As I mentioned, the standard organizations. See, one of the standard organization, they are going to send first their product. Then the determination is made whether there is need to establish a standard. The decision has been taken by the organizations. See, is it any standard requirement for this? The determination means decision has been made. Then if the requirement is there to make a standard, the development of project is authorized and assigned to a technical committee, that whatever the product is sent by the company, that will be authorized and assigned to another technical committee for going through that the product details. Okay. The next phase is development phase. Development phase. The committee prepares a working paper describing the scope of the proposed work. What is its scope? If we make a standard, where it will be used, and how many peoples are going to be used. So, that all they are going to prepare a note on that. Then they are going to communicate with other standards groups, other many standard groups will be there. The related standard groups, they are going to communicate. Is it feasible, or is it how many advantages if we make a standard? All those things they are going to discuss with other standard groups. Then after that, they make one draft proposal of the standard. Okay. Then that draft is voted on, means the all people they involved in that, they are going to vote on, and all negative comments are addressed. Any drawbacks of that product, specifications, or is it the requirement, all its negative comments has been addressed, and draft is submitted to parent organization for discussion and approval. See, the same once again it is sent to the organization from where they received for further process. Then approval phase, the next phase is approval phase. So, all members of the organizations vote on draft first for approving, and draft is made available to the public for review. See, after the finalization of the draft, that is made available for the public, the public also going to review that product, and draft is ultimately approved as a standard. Finally, that is approved as a standard. Then after making a standard of any product, that is going to, next phase is to publish, that is called publication phase. The new standard is going to be published. So that everyone should know that. So what is that standard organization? Who are there in that standard organizations? See, the standard organizations are composed of delegates from the government, from academia, and from vendors, from manufacturers. See, all these peoples are in the organizations. Okay. So now there are four types of standards. There are four types of standards. See, de jure standard. What is a de jure standards? As per the procedure, as per the law, if any product they will make a standard, it is called de jure standards. So, few examples like modem protocols is one of the standard. It is done from the as per the law. Then LAN, local area network standard, it is also done from the as per the procedures. Then de facto standards. De facto standard is nothing but by using the products, many of the people they are going to use a product and that become a standard. Like everyone they knows that, yeah, his product is good and it is compatible with other product also in the environment, then that become a standard. That is called de facto standards. Example is network file system. Another example is a Java program. It is also a de facto standard. Then proprietary standard. See, proprietary standard is one, it is ownership. Example is IBM system network architecture. It is the IBM company, they have designed this system network architecture. So, they are going to provide their specification, the required specification only for their customers, not for everyone. So, such type of standards are called proprietary standards. Then the last type is Consortia standards. Consortia standard is nothing but by sitting industry people together in a symposium, they are making a standard. So, here is not required much time to make a standard. So, all the related industry people and academicians sit together and make a standard. Okay, that is one of the example is fast Ethernet. Then now the telephone system and data communication. In this, see, generally tele is nothing but for. Telephone system is nothing but sending and receiving the our voice one place to other place, that is called telephone system. See, earlier we are going to send our informations in analog form, then afterwards we are going to send our information in digital form also. See, we can send our information in analog or digital form. So, here the telephone system is one, the data can be sent in analog or digital systems. So, data may be in voice, or it may be audio or video, or it may be text. See, digital communication is a part of the telecommunications. Okay. So, in digital communication, the data is going to be transferred in digital form, but in telecommunications the data may be analog or digital. See, here example of analog data is our voice is a analog data. So, digital data example is a text. Okay. So, digital communication is a part of the telecommunication, or it is a subset of the telecommunications. For further, you can go through the following links. Okay, thank you.